This slidecast is a tutorial on how to use the Adobe Photoshop Express app. Before we get started, let me issue a warning. For those who easily get engrossed when editing photos, restraint from editing may be difficult. The required tools to use the Adobe Photoshop Express app are your cell phone and downloading the Adobe Photoshop Express app from the App Store. Before you can start using the Adobe Photoshop Express app, you must first sign up with either your Google or Facebook account or with an Adobe ID. I chose to sign up with my Google account. The first step when using the Adobe Photoshop Express app is choosing a photo from your photo gallery. The steps in these next 9 slides, including this one, do not have to be done in the order shown or in the exact same way. There are a variety of filters to choose from. The filter categories are Free, Charm, White Balance, Black and White, Portrait, Nature, Splash, and Duotone. I chose the filter Charm 2 to enhance my puppy photo quality. After choosing a filter for your photo, you can move on to the more detailed editing section, which is the third tab to the right of the Filter tab. The first editing tool under this tab is Clarity, which is listed under Corrections. The range of clarity for a photo is from 0 to 100 and 0 to -100. I chose to give my puppy photo 100% clarity. Not all photos will need the clarity that high. The second editing tool is Sharpen. The range of sharpness for a photo is from 0 to 150 and 0 to -150. I chose to give my puppy photo 100% sharpness. Again, not all photos will need the sharpness that high. Another editing tool is Highlights. The range of highlight is from 0 to 100 and 0 to -100. I darkened the highlights on my photo to -80. The Shadows editing tool allows you to enhance or remove shadows from your photo. The range for shadows is 0 to 100 and 0 to -100. I chose to make the shadows less dark on my photo by 30%. The Vibrance editing tool enables you to bring out certain colors in your photo. The Vibrance range is from 0 to 100 and 0 to -100. The closer you are to 100, the more certain colors will stand out in your photo. The closer you are to -100, the less color your photo will have. I chose to enhance certain colors on my photo by 30%. There are many other photo editing tools under Corrections that I will not be showing. Feel free to check them out yourself later on. We will now move on to the Blemish Removal tab, which is the tab to the right of the Detailed Editing tab. The photo to your left is the Before Blemish Removal photo. I have circled the blemishes with black pen that are removed from the photo on your right. You can make the Blemish Remover tool smaller or larger by moving the light blue dot on the black and white scale under your photo to the left or to the right. By moving the light blue dot to the right, you are making the blemish removing tool bigger. By moving the light blue dot to the right, you are making the blemish removing tool smaller. After you remove the blemishes from your photo, you can choose to go back to the Detailed Editing section. Under this section, click on the Blur tab. Once you are under the Blur tab, click on the Radial option. The Radial option gives you a dashed circle and a non-dashed circle, which will appear on your photo. The dashed circle makes the sections of your photo within that circle less blurry than the rest of your photo outside the dashed circle. You can make the dashed circle larger or smaller by dragging the white arrows on the top or bottom of the circle inward or outward. The non-dashed circle makes the sections of your photo within that circle not blurry. This circle gives your photo a focus point. The focus point tells your audience that it is the most important part of your photo compared to anything else in that photo. The non-dashed circle can be made larger or smaller by dragging the white arrows on the left or right side of the circle inward or outward. I chose to make the focus point of the photo the puppy's paw and face. I blurred the photo by 70%. You can choose not to blur your photo, or you can blur as high as 100%. The final editing tool I will be showing you is Vignette. Vignette is also under the Detailed Editing section. The Vignette tab is to the right of the Blur tab. The vignette can either be a white or black circle around your photo. You can choose the amount of black or white circling around your photo, the midpoint of the circling, the feather of the circle, which is how thick or thin you want the circle to be, and the roundness of the circle. The range for the vignette is from 0 to 100 and 0 to negative 100. The closer you are to 100, the wider your circle will be. The closer to negative 100 you are, the blacker your circle will be. I chose to give my circle a negative 20 vignette, a 50% midpoint, a 50% feather, and 0% roundness. Now that you have finished editing, it is time to save your photo. In the photo on the left, there is a button labeled Next in the top right corner. You click on the Next button and it will take you to a screen that looks like the one in the photo on the right. Then you choose what you would like to do with your photo. You can save the photo to your gallery, you can post it to your Facebook or Instagram feed, you can send it to someone on Gmail or Messenger, or you can click on the Others button to see the other available options for your photo. I chose to save my photo to my gallery. Thank you for watching and listening to this slidecast tutorial on how to use the Adobe Photoshop Express app. I hope it was helpful to those of you who have never used the app before.